What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel today. We're back for some more Final Fantasy 16, and what we are doing today is we have an opportunity to go into the battle system in terms of a little bit later into the game, because there's two demos right now. There's a prologue, but also there's the iconic challenge, and what this does is it gives you a little sneak peek of what we can expect to see in the game. And what I'm going to do is kind of go over some things to kind of help you guys with your playthrough or utilizing the combat system, since there's been a lot of changes to it with the introduction of Final Fantasy 16. So my family, without further ado, let's dive in. So first things first, we have our attribute screen. So the first thing, you have our HP on here, which is your overall health. We have attack, which is a combination of your strength plus whatever equipment you're wearing. So my weapon has 95 plus this gives you 134. Get plus or minus. And this one is based off vitality plus your defense. Staggers based off of your will plus your accessory you have on as well. And that's kind of how you get these attributes. Down here you have different abilities you can have equipped. These are your abilities for your icons. Cool thing is you can change them, they're interchangeable. So I can click on here on the next screen. I can go over here and I can start making some customization to my set. So first things first, your weapon, you can adjust it, put a stronger one on if you like. You have a bunch of other things in here you can utilize. The higher number is better. Also too, if you look at the bottom left, you can hold L3, optimize your gear and give you all the best things you currently have equipped in your inventory. So if you want to save yourself some headache, just push that in and you can get all the best stuff you have currently. Moving down, we have a bunch of accessories. So in this game, since it's such a change from how the traditional Final Fantasy games are, they added some accessories that can make it a little easier to get through the game. So like stuff like auto evade, auto potion, auto dodge, all those things are available. But for this video, we're not going to be utilizing any of the rings because we want to see what it's like to kind of take 100% control of the gameplay, because that's what I do. We do action RPGs on the channel. And so we're just going to equip that to increase our overall attack. Then we're going to go down here and we'll equip the battle mantle, which is going to give us a plus 10 defense. Everything else is going to be one of the accessories that would benefit you if you didn't want it to be as complex. So that's kind of how we'll just leave everything off except for that. So moving across to the right side, this is where things get interesting. These are your icons. So essentially you can change what order you want them in. You can change what skill you have equipped as well. As you level up your character, you get more and more. We'll get to abilities in a second, but you can interchangeable. Right now, because I can only use the abilities from the Phoenix on the Phoenix until you level it up and you master it, then you can take it off and mix or match it. So going over to the next screen, this is where things get spicy. So the abilities, cool thing about the abilities are you can learn an ability if you want. And if you change your mind, you can just hold square and unlearn the ability and get all your points back. So it gives us the ability to customize and optimize our playstyle 100% to what you would like. So a couple of things you want to notice. So your main skill, you can level it up. If you press triangle, it will tell you how it changes. So it tells you when you master it, it increases the shift distance, battle techniques, how you can utilize it, and all the things along with it as well. Certain things like the Titan block. The Titan block is cool because if you do a precision block, meaning you block exactly when you're about to get hit, you have an opportunity to block off harder hits. And also too, you can do a 3-hit combo and it kind of does a little cool little animation, which I'll show in a second. So just going along here, what you can do is you want to go through and just kind of read all the abilities, just like in like Devil May Cry. It kind of gives you a little breakdown of what the skills are going to look like, so you have a chance to look at that as well. If you look at the sword and the little symbol with the stars, that means how much attack is going to do the skill and versus how much stagger damage is going to do. Stagger damage is important. So your enemies have two health gauges. They have a standard health gauge and have a health gauge right under them. The more stagger damage you do, they're knocked over, they're chilling for a little bit, gives you free opening to do a lot of them builds that you want. So that's where you're going to spend a lot of your time in identifying what kind of playstyle you want. Just raw damage versus some of these skills. If you notice more of your icon abilities, these are the ones that have a really strong stagger. This one might not be that strong, but it has a big stagger damage. So it allows you to change your playstyle based on what you like. Just looking at the abilities, you hold R2, you do your first ability, hold R2 again, his triangle, do your second ability. Also too, if the circle ability is just a static skill that's unique to whatever icon you have on currently, they all do different things. This one is a grabbing one. It grapples. It grabs enemies on the floor. If you're in the air, it grabs enemies in the air, pulls them up to you, allows you to attack. The next one, the Titan block. The Titan block is what we're talking about. You can block attacks here, but if you do it exactly as they hit you, you'll get this cool animation. And the last one not least is the Phoenix shift, which allows you to kind of teleport and do some damage. You can teleport and come out with an attack, or you can teleport and come out with a blast as well. These have 0 cooldown. If you notice too, when I use my ability, see a little circle about to fill up, it has a cooldown. I can't use it again until I am done, until it finishes charging up. So now there's 2 ways, a lot of ways you can play, but you can either parry an attack or you can dodge an attack. So I would just say this right now, dodge an attack is easier because the window is a lot bigger, more open in front for you to get that strike in, or you can parry, but there's pros and cons to each. When you dodge attack, you get a chance to dodge and do like 2-3 hits. When you do a parry, it slows down time for about 3 to 4 seconds, which allows you to do even more damage in that window. The trade-off is parries are a lot tighter to get versus dodges. So I did a couple of dodges right here to show you. You can lock onto the enemies. See right there? You see a precision dodge right there? Boom. That's kind of how that works. Right as they're about to attack you, you dodge and you're good to go. And boom. Whoever I'm locked on, I will get. My attack will go. Even if I dodge an enemy that's on the side that's attacking me that I'm not focused on. I'll only be focused on the enemy that I'm currently focused on. As you can see that one's cool because if I'm on the ground, I can pull them up and do some combos and do all kind of crazy things. So now let's talk about parries. So parries are a lot tighter. So there's a parry right there. As you can see, it gave me a bigger window to attack. The windows are a lot tighter for parries, so take some time. It's gonna take some time to practice it as well. I'm still in the motion of mastering as well. For parries, you have to get your enemy's attack pattern down and know exactly when to strike. The next thing we want to talk about is limit break. What is limit break? So limit break is your ability that you do more damage on. Also, a cool thing about limit break is while you're doing it, you heal. So to do limit break, you press R1 and the analog buttons in. He transforms, and you just keep on hitting your enemy. If you notice, my health is going up because we're healing as we're doing it. There it is. So that is a perfect dodge with a tight end. Oof. So that concludes the course. So essentially what you want to do is, I would just recommend for those that are getting started as dodging everything, do parries as you start to get more familiar with the game and the monster's attack patterns. But for now, what you want to do is just put all the abilities together and just have some fun with it. We'll do our next guide on advanced combos a little later on. I just kind of want to get the basics out for people that are confused around some things you can do. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, give a thumbs up. Till next time, dear gamer, signing out.